Did you know that 1 in 5 Americans will develop skin cancer by the age of 70? According to the Skin Cancer Foundation, more than 2 people die from skin cancer in the United States every single hour. Want to know something even more alarming? Just 5 severe sunburns can double your risk of developing melanoma, the most deadliest form of cancer. Skin cancer rates have increased significantly over the past decade alone, with simple daily habits can dramatically reduce the risk. As young adults, many of us spend most of our time outside, at the beach, playing sports, driving, or even walking from class to class. Yet we rarely think about sunscreen until summer comes around. That mindset is exactly why this issue is affecting our generation more than we realize. After researching the recent rise of skin cancer cases, I learned not only how serious this increase is, but also how preventable most cases truly are, which is why our generation needs to start taking this more seriously now. Today, I'll explain the root of this problem, why rates are rising amongst us young adults, and the practical and beneficial steps we can take to protect ourselves starting today. So first, let's go over the problem in depth. Skin cancer isn't some random rare disease you only hear about on commercials. It's actually the most common cancer in the United States. More people are diagnosed with skin cancer every single year than any other cancer combined, and that's not small at all. While some forms are treatable, melanoma is very different and spreads quickly throughout the body, and once it reaches other bodies, treatment becomes much more difficult and far more dangerous. What's surprising is melanoma isn't just something that affects older adults, it's one of the most commonly diagnosed cancers amongst people, including people in their late teens and 20s like us. That means this isn't a future problem, it's something affecting our age group right now, and I think part of the issue is because it's on our skin and not internally. People assume it's less seriously, but cancer doesn't become less seriously just because you can't see it. So if you know it's common and serious, why are rates still increasing? A big reason is something called cumulative UV exposure. Basically, every time your skin is exposed to ultraviolet radiation, it causes tiny amounts of DNA damage. One exposure won't ruin your life, but many exposures over a year will. It's not always about one extreme sunburn, but it's about the small unprotected moments that accumulate and add up. Another big factor is the tanning culture. Even though we've heard these warnings, tanning beds are used by young adult females all the time. The irony is that many people use them to look good, but it's actually actively increasing their risk of cancer every single time. Some can still cause damage even without visible redness. In other words, consequences are very quiet at first, but the damage builds silently, and that's what makes it very dangerous. Now I bring you guys to the part that actually makes this speech empowering and not scary. Skin cancer is one of the most preventable cancers out there, and we know what causes it, and that gives us a big lead and gets us ahead of it. Avoiding tanning beds removes one of the highest risk factors entirely, and protective clothing and being aware of the peak sun hours can also make a huge difference. Early detection also matters, like paying attention to changes in moles like uneven boulders or even changes in size or color. None of this really requires any dramatic lifestyle changes or doesn't mean to ever go outside again. It just serves as a head up to start being consistent and intentional in your life. And no one wants to live in regret knowing how easily it was to avoid this. This is what makes this so different from many other diseases out there. We actually have so much control, and that control starts now. Today we talked about the true scale of skin cancer, why it's increasing, and how prevention is entirely within our control. Skin cancer rates have risen significantly over the past decade, but unlike any other health treats, this is where small consistent habits can genuinely change the outcome. And the sun doesn't even come with a warning label. It doesn't feel dangerous, and that's exactly why it is so dangerous and easily to ignore. Your skin will reflect the choices you make today, and putting on sunscreen takes less than a minute. Avoiding tanning beds is one simple decision, But those small decisions can be the difference between a. The good news is we don't have to wait to protect ourselves. The control is within our own hands. Thank you.